Hello, friend. Hello, friend. That's lame. Maybe I should give you a name. But that's a slippery slope. You're only in my head. We have to remember that. Shit. This actually happened. I'm talking to an imaginary person. What I'm about to tell you is top secret. A conspiracy bigger than all of us.
My plan is to actually show you some few things on how to use AI, whether it's Anaport, it's a ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, Nano Banana, Meta AI, whichever AI that you prefer to use, we can use it. So I'll actually show you how to use. Yeah, so I will be showing you guys how to actually search for information. Prepared something called a prompt. There's a document that I have compiled here. I think I compiled a while back when I was actually doing some sort of a course. It's called prompt engineering. Prompt engineering basically means it's when you I would say you ask a question to your teacher, then in order for you to get a specific answer, we need to be as specific as possible, as delicate as possible. So this is actually what is happening when it comes to AI searching information. When you search information from AI, you need to first give more content. It should be specific. It should have keywords. Yeah, but it needs more information and something. It should be as specific as possible. So for example, let's first look at the document first. So things that we're gonna look at it is first of all, the name of the document. It's AI okay, yeah, it's AI study prompts for CAPS learners, a prompt handbook for South African high school student using AI study. So this document, I created myself. Not really. Yeah. I was the one who was actually prompting the AI to actually generate something that is simple as this one, so that it's some sort of a guide. I would say it's some sort of a guide for you guys, so that you can be able to know which prompts that you can use in order to get that specific information. So I've prepared this for you guys. I once used it and it helped me a lot to search information rather than the AI going through all the information, all the unnecessary information. Rather, it only pick up those specific keywords or specific content that we have given it. Okay, so one of the things that we're gonna do, we're gonna use prompts for creating summaries. If we want to summarize a certain topic, a certain context, a certain paragraph, a certain chapter, a theme, or even a whole book. If you don't want to read the whole book, you can create some sort of a summary, which is a basic summary, a one-page summary, or you can use something that is called explain it to a friend or explain it to a 5-year-old. Something called first last summary. A first last summary, it means you're prompting the AI to you use something like, I need a first last summary of a topic. You give a topic, then specify that it should start with a 3-sentence overview, which is the overview or some sort of a background of whatever you want to search about. Then in the middle, you should break it down into key sections, and at the end, then it will also give you 3 sentences or in a form of a conclusion, so I can memorize for examination. If for example you are preparing for your examination, you can use that first last summary. It's actually a good it's a good prompt that you can use whenever you're trying. Instead of going through the whole book, you can summarize a chapter by use that first last summary. Then it will give you those specific it could give you specific information that is I would say the most asked questions. It will give you answers in the most asked questions, things like essays, short stories, something like that. But mostly in essays, it will give you specifically to that specified topic that we have given it. Then we can also quote from a text or a passage. You can give it a passage on a textbook on a specific topic. Then it will summarize it. Then you just tell it to summarize it into exactly 5 key bullet points for my study notes. Instead of getting a paragraph, it will give you in a bullet form. You can get 5 points, 10 points. It depends on how you want it to do. Then also there's prompts for building study guides. This one is it's actually more interesting, and it's one of the things that you guys at this point you should have known. This one, I think it mostly applies to Anabot. If you want to fully use Anabot, instead of going through your notes, you can actually ask Anabot to create some sort of a study guide for you, so that it's some sort of a summarized study guide for you, so that instead of going through the whole notes, it can just create some sort of a summarized version of the notes. So use this to structure comprehensive revision materials, complete unit guide. So you tell it to act as my tutor and create a study guide for, you give it a topic, you give it a grade, whether it's grade 10 or grade 11. Then you give it a subject between maths, science. It doesn't have to be maths, doesn't have to be science. It could be any subject that you want. You don't necessarily need to use the sender. It's not sender aligned, but you can use any subjects. It will depend on which subject are you doing. So it's caps aligned, as you can, as I said earlier. These AI prompts are caps aligned. It means they are caps aligned to the department. You can tweak it, whether it's caps aligned or it's Kutlanoin aligned. It actually does a similar thing. If you wanted to use it for Kutlanong stuff, then you can just remove that caps and put it Kutlanong content. It doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so it could be caps or Kutlanong. Then inside, because remember I said you must give it more content, and also it should be as specific as possible. So it should include e-learning objectives, a glossary of 10 key terms, a summary of core content, common exam mistakes, and 5 practice questions. You see, so with this, I guarantee you that you can get good marks with just using one of these prompts. So this is to create a complete unit or an exam focused guide. Or you can say something like, I'm preparing for my you can say term or a school-based assessment or a June exam, whichever assessment that you are doing, whether it's a June exam, it's a November examination, it's a March examination, it doesn't matter. Build a study guide for a paper or a module that focuses on the most commonly examined areas. Organize it by exam section and include high mark tips. So instead of going through each and every notes, you can prepare something like some sort of a small study guide nyana, so that you will know what to study for that certain assessment or what that certain exam, because this thing, it creates some sort of a summary of some sort. So I'm not gonna go through all the prompts. This thing, when I'm done, I will upload it to Umang, and also the video. I think the video I will upload it on Umang, and also I will upload it on my Google Drive. Then I will provide the link so that you guys can actually download. Only for those who do not have an Umang, I will upload the link on the group, and also the video will be on my Google Drive. So you can use it for exam focused guide or how to answer guide. Something like create how to answer study guide for a specific subject. Give it what kind of questions do you want. What kind of questions do you want? Is it essay focused questions, data response, source based? I think source based is for this history learners. Then give me a step-by-step structure, sentence step-by-step structure, sentence starters, and a worked example based on the topic. Again, inside of these square brackets, you do not necessarily need to use those topics. You can just put a topic inside here, whichever topic that you want. So this is just an example. It's not It's just a walkthrough. I would say it's just a walkthrough to show you, or it's some sort of a guide. So you can also have something like compare and contrast a guide, whereby you create some sort of a table comparison where you compare two things. So design a study guide that helps me compare and contrast a concept. You give some concept A and concept B. For my specific subject exam, use a table format and then explain why the differences matter. So yeah, then these are prompts for creating study notes. You can also use these prompts for some sort of a study note. So it's I think these are okay. Let's use these to turn messy notes into a structured learning. So let's say, for example, you are creating some notes, but you ended up not you ended up confusing yourself with your own notes. So in order for you to actually fix or simplify your notes, you can use these types of note taking method. It's called kernel style notes. It transforms the information below into a set of kernel notes okay, we just telling the model, which is the AI model, transform the information below into a set of kernel. With this one, you don't necessarily need to type. You can write your notes as long as your writing it's clear. You take a picture, you upload it to the model, then you can just copy and paste, or just write this transform for grade 11 mathematics. Make the choose column and question based, then paste information. Just paste information, whatever information that you don't necessarily need to paste. Again, you don't necessarily need to paste. You can just upload a picture, then it will read that picture and then convert whatever that is included on the picture into text format. And then you can also create a mind map structure. You can create flashcards. Also, you can create from messy notes to neat notes. So basically, this one it's actually for your study notes. Then the next one, this one is new. It's prompts to structure. This one it's for learners that are actually struggling. So as you all know, we have our own way of understanding and also our way of getting things done. So again, this thing it's general, it's not specific. It's for all the learners, whether we are a genius or we are not a genius. But it's not specifically for but it's general for everyone. So yeah, so these are the tips for learners who actually struggle. Okay, I would say in layman's term, this part it's for learners who actually struggle to read a lot of content instead of going through the whole notes, because it's actually tiring and tedious to read long paragraphs, long essays, or long sentences. So instead of going through that, you can use one of these tips. This helps learners who ain't sure what they don't understand yet, or who needs an extra support beyond a static summary. So what you can do is use these 4 bullets, find my gaps. Here's my textbook chapter or notes on whatever chapter that you are doing. Ask me questions one at a time to find out what I already understand and what's confusing me, then build a study guide. I think this is whatever it's written here, this is what actually Anapod it's basically doing. Anapod basically doing, it doesn't just give you answers right way, but basically it tries to understand what you already know and then try to figure out what you actually need to know. Basically, the first bullet, it finds gaps between what you know and what you actually don't know. Then also you can use this one. It says explain it in a 3 way. It's in a 3 ways. Explain it 3 ways. Yes. So you give it a topic to me in 3 different ways: as a simple analogy, as a step-by-step list, and a short story or a real life example. Tell me which one you think will help me. So basically, You give it those 3 attempts, then you choose one that is actually best for you. Then the other one is slow it down. I didn't understand that. Okay, explain the topic again, but slowly, using shorter sentence and only a news. Okay, with this one, I have this one that I once saw in one of the audience AI thingy, those events. There's an AI that was said to us. It's called HeyGen. So basically, what HeyGen does is it converts a text-based scenario into a voice or a video. Basically, it explains it. Let's say, for example, you give it a short summary, then it converts that short summary into some sort of a video or a voice or a video, yes, or a video or a voice note. So you can actually tell it to actually slow down to explain it as if it's explaining to a 5-year-old. So basically, I think that's what this paragraph is actually saying. Then also you can do some sort of a self quiz me, just prompt it to quiz me on a specific topic with 10 questions, one at a time. Don't give me the next question until I've answered the first one. Tell me if I'm right and explain briefly if I'm wrong. So basically, this one, it gives you 10 questions. It's some sort of it has a condition. It's sort of a if and else, if you know programming. There's something called conditions, whereby there's a what do we call it there's a condition. So in order for that condition to be met, you'll give it a scenario. Then in order for that okay, let me not confuse you guys with programming stuff, but basically what happens, it gives you 10 questions, so it cannot go to the next question up until you get the first question right. Then you'll then explain why you are right. Okay, it will tell you if you are right or wrong. Then it will briefly explain why you are right and also why you are wrong. So yeah. Then also a multilingual support prompts. This one I would give this one to you guys. It's just some sort of it's a giveaway or it's a bonus prompt. Let's say, for example, you want to learn other languages like your Xhosa, your Zulu, your Afrikaans, your Southern Sesotho, Northern Sesotho, your English, your Spanish, whichever language that you want to learn. So you can use this type of prompts. There's one we call bilingual explanation, key terms in translations, and simplify the English. So one of the prompts that you can use is to explain a topic first in simple in any languages. So you have to choose your language, then explain it again in English. So let's say, for example, you read something in Xhosa, then you somehow did not understand one or two terms in that specific language. So you can tell the model to actually convert that specific language from, let's say, from Xhosa to English, from Afrikaans to English, from Sotho to English, from Sepedi to English, from Mandarin to English. Yeah, whichever language that you prefer. Then we have key terms in the translation. You'll say, give me a table of 10 most important terms for a topic. Let's say, for example, there are certain terms that you do not understand in that specific topic. Then you can use this prompt to actually let the model to translate some key terms into simple logic. Okay, you'll give it something like, give me a table of 10 most important terms for a topic, for whichever topic that you chose, with columns for English term, which is your home language translation, and one line simple definition in English. So let's say, for example, you have this term in Xhosa, in whichever languages, then you want it to be translated in 10 different languages, or in 10 different terms. Yeah, something like that. So you can translate it to English. Then you can also use symbol, so you can simplify terms, English terms into a simple English. Guys, I'm not gonna go through this whole document, but you can actually do an accuracy checked prompt, something like flag anything in your answers that you are unsure. You can flag anything that you are unsure in whatever answers you get. Then the most interesting part came with the subject specific prompt. So as we all know, we have different subject that we are doing in our respective schools. So we have one for history or history. Yeah, you can do something, you can get some prompts for a source based skill. So this one, it creates a guide on how to analyze a historical source for a grade, whichever grade, which is 10, 11, and 12 history exam paper, which is the CAPS document or the CAPS focused, or yeah, CAPS. But I don't think we have a history on Kutlanong. So now we're no longer using Kutlanong, but we are generalizing in our different specified subject. So you can tell it to explain to ease origin. That's not ease. Assess origin, the purpose, limitation, bias, and usefulness. I'm not gonna go through everything here. You know what subjects that you do, so you can just go through yourself, try to understand it, then try it. Go try it in any AI model. This is one for geography, this one for life science, business studies, mathematics, and physical science. Yes, a step-by-step problem solver. Generate 4 problems on a specific topic, whether it's Newton's second law or trigonometry identities of increasing difficulty, with full step-by-step CAPS aligned solutions showing every formula, substitution, and SI unit. Also a definition check. I heard that physical science have a lot of definitions, concept, and yeah. So you can use one of these prompts to actually simplify things, turn hard concept into simplified concept. So even for the languages, you can use it. So these are pro tips for you learners. Please go through it. So let's try 1 or 2 prompts. I think let's try this one, and then also let's try this one. We won't go through each and every prompt, but we'll try 1 or 2. So let's take this one first. So what you can do is go to your browser, whichever browser that you use. I would advise you guys to use Chrome browser or use mine. I'm using Brave. You can use whatever browser that you want. So I've opened it. You can see that I've opened three AI models. We have Claude, which is one of the best AI models to search. One thing I like about Claude is that Claude, yes, almost all AI models, they do hallucinate. What do I mean by hallucinating? It can search information knowing that it's incorrect, but still have the audacity to actually show it to you. Then when you prompt it, or when you tell it that this information is incorrect, it will just say, oops, I've noticed that this information is actually incorrect, so let me try to actually fix it. So please be aware of such things. If you know something, please also do referencing. Don't use only one AI. You can search information on Claude. You can take that information, try to search the same information on ChatGPT. You can also use Claude, or you can use DeepSeek. You can even use Anaport to fact check or whatever finding that you have find. Unfortunately, we do not have this on our Umangs, so that's an unfortunate part. But then let's do what we're supposed to do. So here's the prompt that I've used in one of these prompts. Yeah, prompts. So I was trying to create a summary of a specific topic. Let's go back. The topic was trigonometry, reductions, expressions, special angles, negative angles, So here's the prompt. Let's read the prompt. It says, summarize the key points of trigonometry for a grade 11, for a grade 11 or a grade 10 learner studying mathematics under the CAPS curriculum. Use simple language and bullet points. So let's fix, I think I have some errors here. So I think my topic, the topic is correct. I think the grade is grade 11. So yeah, we can use grade 11, we can use grade 10, whichever grade that you like. But I think one thing I needed to fix here, it's the physical science supposed to be mathematics. Yeah, it's supposed to be mathematics. You can actually remove the square brackets. You can use the square brackets, or you can remove the square brackets. Yeah. Just that when I use the square brackets, it's actually faster to get the specific information that I want. So let's save it, then it will regenerate the whole information that I need. So it's still picturing, it's basically picturing what you want, what it wants to whatever that needs to be returned. So here's a synthesized grade 11 trigonometry concept for a comprehensive study understanding. So this is trigonometry summary, reduction expressions, special angles, and negative angles. Reduction formulas, reducing angles to acute angles. These help you rewrite the trig ratios different. What. So as you can see, this is a summary of those reduction formulas. So please, I did not check this information, but I believe it should be correct. If you believe this information is not correct, then you have a right to actually go and fact check through your notes. But this is an example. This is just a general example I was trying to show you, Landoga. But if this is correct, but then I would regard as one of the best thing that you guys have ever had. So yeah, Sebona, if you can go through this, you can see now this is a summary. This is not the whole information, but this is just a summary for you guys. Oh, the tips, use the cast. If you know cast, then you will understand what is actually what are they talking about. Basically, cast is cos, all angles, sine, and tan. So it actually show an example. It explains. It show you easy way to remember. This is cos. Cos is even, which is sine doesn't change. Sine and tan are odd. Okay, cos it's even. Sine doesn't change. Then sine and tan are odd. Flip. It means the signs flips. Yeah. So here's our special angles. Our special angle is 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So again, please do check this. These are memory tricks. Yeah, well, it also show you tricks. Like it's some sort of math hacks. It gives you some sort of a math hack, or some sort of how to easily memorize concept, terms, and terminologies. So guys, this is a simplified way of studying. This is what we called a simplified way of studying, and also working smart rather than working hard. So you can use one of these prompts. These are giveaway prompts. You can use these prompts. So I'm not gonna go through everything, because if I go through everything, that means this video is gonna take long. So I believe I have explained everything that I wanted to actually explain. Now I'm gonna cut my video. So please do check this. This is very important. This is very important for all of your subject, all your 7 subject, or all your 8 subject that you guys are doing. So yeah, I'm gonna save this, then convert it to a PDF, upload it to Umang, and also drop it into the group. So you can use any of these AI models. Also, you see, I also use ChatGPT. Yes, I also use ChatGPT, asking the same information. But now my session has ended. I'm not sure why my session ended. Also, DeepSeek. Actually, DeepSeek comes first. This is my first AI that I actually use. I use DeepSeek a lot. I recently used Claude. I also use ChatGPT, Gemini. I don't use Meta AI because Meta AI sometimes it gives incorrect information. Mathematics. So again, the information that you get from ChatGPT is gonna be a bit different from the information that you got from Claude. So hence I said I like DeepSeek more than any other model. But I just recently tried Claude. I heard that Claude is actually a game changer. So I'll have to choose between Claude and DeepSeek. But that's the story for another day. So yeah, cheers. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
From this day forth, you put your faith in me.